Peasants by day, ninjas by night. Jackie has just the job for a dimber cove like yourself. Oh, Raid, keeping your stabbers sharpened, I hope. Because we have a job to be done, and I reckon you're the dimber damber. What put the executioners on the chopping block is just the one to do the doing. My men have sighted some shifty types round Wineport Elite. Not code-breaking curs, so far as I know, and that's the rub. We don't know half as much about them as I'd like. They claim to be simple peasants, refugees from some far-flung realm, but I don't know many peasants which skulk about in the Docklands as much as they've been doing. So long as they're not breaking the code, they can do as they please. But being who we are, it falls to us to look into the matter and make sure all's bob. As my gut tells me this may be a two-road job, I've sent Underfoot on ahead. So put on your best beater cases, head to Wineport, and meet him there. To go there through this thing. One second, I'll be right back. Key. Raid! When Jackie said he'd be sending one of the guild's canniest coves along after me, I had a feeling it might be you. I'd love to tell you old Underfoot's already whittled the whole scrap on our friends. The truth is, I've turned up more questions than answers. They claim to hail from the South Sea Isles, but me little birds at Melvin's Gate swear that the last man that some piss-poor mummery. There's no record of such ships sailing into port. Looks like it falls to you and me to take a closer snilch, eh? I hope you brought your sharper stabbers. There's no telling who we're... Did you hear that, lad? You know, Underfoot's gone daft. That mort just screamed out for dear life. Something tells me our little task is about to take a turn for the interesting. But say we go see what's what. Have mercy! I am but a simple milkmaid, with not a single guild to my name. Rest easy, lass. My friend and I don't mean you no harm, though I must say you've got me curious. Just what the name of the 12 happened here? I had just come into town to purchase some supplies. No sooner had I walked through the gates than I was suddenly accosted by 3 burly drunkards who demanded that I hand over all my possessions. To my good fortune, it seems the men had partaken in a bit too heavily. When When they saw the meager contents of my coin purse, they began to squabble among themselves. A fistfight ensued, and before I knew it, 3 men were lying on the ground as you see them now. Sounds like Nimia smiled upon you today, lass. Though might I suggest you be a bit more careful on your next visit. All manner of scurvy sorts frequent these parts, and you'll find that all of them are blundering lackwits like your friends here. Thank you for your concern, good sir. Right, and rest assured I will take your words to heart. Good day to you, to both of you. Well, Ray, how'd the girls' wid strike you? Mummery, I'd say. You too? I was thinking the very same. Squabbling amongst themselves? Just look! There's barely a scratch on any of these louts. I'd wager there's more to this rump doxy than she's letting on. Come, let's go to the go in on the drag and see what she might be hiding. That while I'm at it. Drink. Oh, no. There we go. And a right mess we've got here. You reckon those coves got on the wrong side of our lass. One thing's for sure, they're no more peasants than you and I. One look at those stabbers tells me as much.
I have failed. I beg of you, take this and return it to Master Oboro, to Lady Subame.
It's too late. Poor sod's dead. As for this stone, your guess is as good as mine. Lucky charm of sorts, mayhap. Any road, we best stop moving our dew beaters before the last gets away. Her footprints lead in the direction of Upper La Nocia. Oh, there's a lot of bad stuff. Ah, balls. Forgot I'm actually crappy level right now. I'm gonna have to fight some dudes. I think that's just something that's gonna happen. She hides behind a tree, as that could hide her from me. She didn't really think she could fool me with those silly rags, did she? Or did she? Perhaps she's not as clever as we believed. And a mysterious savior rushes to the damsel's defense. Such chivalry! Such compassion! Such folly! Little does he know the girl is more than capable of taking care of herself. And right on cue, Oboro the Dim leads onto the scene to save his dear little swallow in the most unsurprising surprise attack the realm has ever seen. Cease your ramblings, Karasu, before I rip that tongue from your bloody beak. Yow, he was wounded! A stab through the heart! His childhood friends stand before him, blades drawn and hate in their eyes. Oh, the tragedy of it all! The audience sobs! And what's this? A couple of bit players who have forgotten to leave the stage? Did no one tell them that the part in this play is long since over? Oh-ho! And the faceless rogue shows surprising skill. Perhaps he has a role yet to play. I will say this much. Unlike a certain someone, at least you intrigue me. But other matters demand our hero's attention, and so the first act must draw to a close. Come, my pet! Wait! Karasu! Ever quick to retreat, that one. The two gentlemen from Wineport. Did you follow me here? Beg pardon, miss. My friend and I are here on behalf of the dutiful sisters, and you, sister, have some questions to answer. I've lived on the underbelly of society long enough to recognize when a man's more than he seems, so make this easy for us, lass. Just exactly who are ye? And what are you doing here? And here's hoping for both your sakes that it doesn't involve breaking no code. So you are the rogues of whom I have heard so much. Forgive me. We were remiss in not seeking you out sooner. Very well, you should know all there is to know. My name is Oboro, and she is Tsubame. We hail from a village in Doma, several thousand moms across the sea. We are... but perhaps you have no word for what we are. In our own tongue, one my Polish shinobi. Doma? The Imperial Province? The same. Though it did not have to be so. Our countrymen fought with honor against the might of Galamald. What we lacked in number, we made up for our martial prowess. It was a battle we could have won, had we not been betrayed by one of our own. Our every secret, our every move known to our foe. The tide of battle turned on the morrow. Thousands of our countrymen were slaughtered, and at day's end, Doma remained under the imperial yoke. The traitorous Kerr joined the imperial ranks as chief of their covert operatives, or so they say. That is the man you just met, Karasu, though I am loath to call him a man. To this day he whispers in the ears of the Gallians, making a mockery of those who once called him friend and brother, but no longer. We have come to Eorzea at our village elder's behest to see that Karasu pays for his crimes with his life. Come to mill a treacherous rook who blew the gab on his comrades. You sound like a right Benny Cove, considering old Underfoot impressed. Forgive me, this land and its tongue are still new to us. Nonetheless, we were able to lure Katsuru here, but more than a few of our comrades gave their lives in the effort. And now this was their sacrifice for naught. Ah, you have my gratitude. When one of our kind falls, tradition dictates that we return their soul to the village, that it may rest with our ancestors. What? Our fallen brother's soul calls out to this man. Could it be a sign? Are we fated to fight as one? I will make you an offer. We will instruct you in our art, the art of Ninjutsu. In return, you will share with us your knowledge of this land, that it might serve us in our mission. But Oboro, he is not Doman. He is not the village. Look around you, Tsubame. Our brothers and sisters are fallen or gravely wounded, and today's failure makes it all too clear. We cannot hope to stand against Karasu without knowing the lay of the land. Can't say I'm thrilled at the prospect of losing a dimber damber like yourself, but hells, in my younger days I've been keen on trying my fams on some of those techniques myself. And the more my waddles take in, the more these two strike me as better and better folks. If you're keen on lending them your daddles, I'll not be the one to stand in your way. If you would know more, come to the dock storehouse in Raincatcher Gully. We shall await you there. Who'd have figured, eh? Any road, choice is yours, Raid. In the meantime, I'm gonna head back to Limson, report to Jackie, before he comes and gives me a good clout in the knob. Tradition forbids us from sharing our arts from those outside our village, yet watching you hold your own against Karasu today, I cannot deny your potential. And so we meet again. Am I to take your presence to mean that you have chosen to accept our offer? Yes. Thank you. I speak not only for myself and Tsubame, but for our entire village when I say you have our profound gratitude. What I would tell you next, I would tell you out of the earshot of strangers. Byakubu has been instructed to let only trusted visitors through the doors behind me. When he speaks to you, Ayame, you are to answer Kaide. You do not need not know what the words mean, only that they will grant you entrance. Ayame. Kaede. Enter. Welcome, Raid. You stand within the provisional base of operations my people have established in your land of Eorzea. It may not look like much, either without or within, but that is precisely the point. We find it an ideal vantage point from which to observe the comings and goings of Karasu and his men without attracting undue attention to ourselves. My fallen brother saw you as a worthy inheritor to his soul. To honor his memory, I entrust it to you. But so alone will not make you a shinobi. No, this will require training of the body and mind. Our art, the art of ninjutsu, originated with our ancestors many years ago. Since then, it has been passed down with each generation. Mother to daughter, father to son. We draw power from the world around us, the heaven, the earth, and the hearts of men, and channel this power into physical form. I am told that this is similar to your concept of aether, was it? I must confess that Eorzean words and ways remain unfamiliar to me. How does one channel this power, you ask? Through the use of mudra, hand gestures that call forth each of these three forms of energy of which I spoke. The first mudra I will teach you I will teach you will call power from the heavens. In Doma, we call this Ten. You are eager to learn, yes? Attune your soul to that of my fallen brother, then approach me once more. It is then that your training will begin. The soul of the shinobi wakens within you. Don't know. Sure. That's new. My first mudra. Oboro would give you your first lesson in the art of ninjutsu. Yes, I can sense it. Though you are not of our blood, the soul of my people is strong in you. You are one of us now, a shinobi. And yet your training has only just begun. Heed my words well, Raid, for the shinobi, blade, and mind are one. The weak mind gives rise to a weak blade. The false mind gives rise to a false blade. But the mind that is strong and true, that blade will know no equal. Such were the teachings of my master, his master, and his master's master before him. The shinobi must keep presence of mind at all times, or his blade may as well be one of grass. That is the lesson of the mind. Now we shall begin the lesson of the body. You will recall that the art of ninjutsu involves using hand gestures called mudra to summon the energies of heaven, earth, and man, Ten, Chi, and Jin in the Doma tongue. Myriad techniques can be unleashed depending on the mudra you combine and the order in which you do so. But perhaps I'm getting ahead of myself. A child must learn to walk before he can run. To begin, I would see you master your first mudra, Ten, the mudra of heaven. Summon the energy of heaven and project it forth, and from your hand will fly a flaming star, or Fuma Shuriken. Outside of the storehouse, you will find a Mokujin, a wooden man of the sort traditionally used in Doma for training. Do as I have told you and strike it with the Fuma Shuriken. I will observe your technique from a distance. Oh, whoops. There's one more thing. Ninjutsu. Let's actually, there we go. Okay. I forgot that I needed to put that in. There we go. Yes, that will do, Raid. Clearly we did not misjudge your potential. Perhaps you have also felt your body becoming lighter. This is but another benefit of your training. You may find yourself able to dance through the air with your blades drawn, but be mindful. The true shinobi sees that no movement is wasted. You demonstrated your skills well against the wooden man, but wood does not strike back. Your next opponent will not be so docile. Prepare yourself. The Onibi will attack in waves, or Onibi, I don't know. Use your Fuma Shuriken to dispatch them from a safe distance. Excellent. Oh. Excellent, Raid. Ow. I shall summon a great beast for your next challenge. Remember, you must maintain presence of mind, no matter how fearsome the foe. For your final challenge, I shall be your opponent. Let us see how well you have learned. I see.
What Oboro means to say is that he's not seen anyone master the fundamentals of ninjutsu with such swiftness. Is that not so, Oboro?
I am capable of speaking for myself, Tsubame, but it is true. Raid has exceeded even my own expectations. His blade slices through the air as a fish glides through water. But that is enough training for the day. Now it is my turn to be the student, and you the teacher. I would learn the ways of Eorzea. You will instruct me, yes?
Yeah.
You have my gratitude, Raid. No. First, I would better know the terrain of La Nos... There's something amusing. You bow like this in Eorzea, bud. My bow? I see. Who would have thought a simple gesture of courtesy would be so complicated? Like this, is it?
Forgive him. Oboro has not been quite himself since coming to these shores. It would seem that neither the food nor the climate agrees with him.
And let us not forget the stink of those infernal horse birds. All the more reason for us to complete our mission swiftly and return to more hospitable Endrians. Anyhow, Raid, that should suffice for the day. Practice well your ninjutsu and return when you are ready for your next lesson. No, dude. No.
It would seem that you have some practicing to do as well.
Killer combinations. Tsubame appears quite pleased with your progress.
Raid, I did not even hear your footsteps as you approached. You are becoming more and more the shinobi with each day. Oboro has been waiting your return. Please enter.
Welcome back, Raid. You may enter.
Ah, Raid, it is clear from the manner in which you carry yourself that you have been most diligent in your training. There you go. But you are not the only one who has mastered the technique imparted to you. Behold my Eorzea bow, perfect in balance and form. Ahem. Now it is time for your next lesson. Watch carefully my hands, Raid. With this mudra, the shinobi can summon the energies of the earth, chi, in our tongue. Etch its form in your mind, and I shall show you how to employ it in battle. Your mind finds focus, guiding your blades. Once upon a time in Doma, Oboro would impart you a new mudra to his promising pupil. Chi, or Earth, marks the second mudra that you have learned. With this, you are ready to begin the next phase of your training. It is through the combination of mudra that you will find new techniques. The first technique I would impart to you is Ratan, lightning release. When heaven joins with earth, lightning will flash and thunder will roll. In other words, form the mudra 10 followed by Chi. Channel that energy forward and bolts of lightning will surge from your hands to strike your foe. This is a more formidable technique than the Fuma Shuriken you have wielded thus far. I have taken care to reinforce the Mokujin outside the storehouse. Strike it with Raiton, and I shall observe.
Mudra combinations can be quite complex. Master them, and you will be well on your way to becoming a full-fledged shinobi.
Very well. Now recall what I said during our first lesson. The techniques at your disposal are created not merely by which mudra you form, but also the order in which you combine them. When earth joins with heaven, the skies will rain fire and ash. In other words, form the mudra Chi followed by 10 and channel those energies forward, and serene hell's fire will engulf your foes. But be forewarned, these techniques require considerable exertion of your spirit. After performing one, you will observe that some time is required before your mind settles and you are able to wield another. Now, demonstrate Katan for me on the Mokujin over there. Splendid. Your grasp on fundamental mudra combinations is firm, but knowing the how of the technique is only the beginning. You must also understand when to employ it. Chunin is the word for a shinobi who has attained full mastery of 2 mudra techniques. In our tradition, when a student is deemed by his master to show such potential, he is led to a waterfall outside the village to conduct intense training. I cannot take you to Doma, of course, but my maps tell me of a place in Upper La Nocia that should suffice. Fool Falls. The name is less than auspicious, but it will have to do. Meet me there, and we shall proceed. In case you're wondering what happens if I mess up a mudra, the rabbit of shame. Anyway, where am I going? Oh gosh. There's not really a quick way there. Fine. Okay, I know where I'm going now.
Until today, I knew this place only as letters on a map. Gazing upon it with my own eyes is even more beautiful and powerful than I could have imagined. Yes, this will serve us well. My people do not worship your deities 12. Our gods are all around us, in the trees, in the soil, in the crashing waters before you. Close your eyes and open your heart to the sound of the rushing falls, that you might purge your mind of all worldly thoughts and distractions. The techniques you have learned will serve you well in battle, but confuse the order of your mudra, and you can just as easily turn victory into defeat. It is imperative that you keep a single focus of mind. So it is that masters have brought their students to falls like this one, for training since my ancestors' times.
Who is the more foolish, the fool of Fu Falls, or the fool who comes here without realizing he's been followed?
Karasu!
Now here's a curious scene. The dim one is accompanied today not by his swallow, but by a chirping horsebird chick who fancies himself a shinobi. The dim one is displeased. This after our hero postponed 2 assassinations to make this little journey. Could his friends not greet him with a smile and some crumpets? Or whatever it is Eorzeans take with their tea. The dim one ponders. How did our hero know to find him here? Yet the answer is plain as day. The dim one is a creature of habit and tradition. Where else would he bring his prized new pupil? Tradition! Our hero spits on tired tradition. No, for he is a shinobi of a different feather, ever changeling, never predictable, but always in style. Those who cling too closely to tradition are bound to suffer the fate of their forebears. Or are the lessons of the past so soon forgotten?
Ready yourself, Raid! It appears your training today will be of a more practical sort.
But of course! All you had to do was ask nicely. It would be my pleasure to be your teacher for the day. Your first lesson, little chick. Raitan's lightning will strike a single foe, while Katan's flames will raise many. Wield them wisely, or don't. It's only your life at stake. Oh, how generous is our hero, putting aside his killings and spyings to play mother hen to the horsebird chick. You will try to keep me entertained, won't you? The lesson begins. You will try to make this fun for me, yes? I was there, but now I'm here. Can you not see? Must I be so slow? Our hero tires of this doll dance. If you're going to kill me, could you be a bit quicker about it? Alas, I fear your teacher has better places to be, but worry not. My pawns will continue the lesson.
Karasu, come back and face me with honor! Do not let your numbers staunt you. Keep your focus and use your katan to blaze a path to safety. This wrong is strong. Keep focus, and your right arm will strike him down. You fought well, Raid. I, however, should have known to expect the traitors' attack. Was careless and put you in danger. It will not happen again. It appears that Karasu has taken an interest in you, and I fear this complicates matters some. Let us return to the docks. There is much I would tell you.
Ambush Bakarasu! I am simply glad that you are safe, Raid.
I would tell you a story of our past. A story of the traitor and why he must die at our hands. Growing up in the same village, I have known Karasu since we are both children. When we came of age, we began our training together under Master Gekai. Geki? Sorry. From a young age, it was clear that Karasu possessed an innate talent for our art that few could rival. I spared no effort in my training, yet struggled to grasp techniques that he would master effortlessly. In his own way, he possessed a mind singularly devoid of wasteful thoughts, a mind seemingly unclouded by concepts such as right or wrong, good or evil. Despite this, deep down, I always thought of him as a brother. All that changed on that fateful day when Castle Doma fell to the Garleans. Someone had betrayed our homeland, sold our secrets to the enemy. Looking upon my friends as their bodies lay broken and bleeding, I saw a figure flee into the hills. It was Karasu. Were I younger, more naive, I might have pursued Karasu as he fled in an attempt to reason with him. But it was clear that this man, this demon, was no longer one of us, if indeed he had ever been. Even Master Gekai did not survive the slaughter. Did Karasu bear him some grudge, or was it merely a student's ugly pride? For our master's fate was the grisliest of all, his body mangled, his once proud face shattered beyond all recognition. I once held out hope, hoped that if I crossed blades with Karasu in battle, that I might understand something of what has made him do these horrible deeds. Yet each encounter only raises more questions. One thing is clear, however. Karasu could have killed us back at Fool Falls had he seen fit, and yet he chose not to. It was as if he was testing us. Testing you. Needless to say, this does not change our mission. For his crimes against Doma, Karasu must pay with his life. And yet, his thorough knowledge of us and our art has put Tsubame and I at a grave disadvantage. But you, Raid, your thoughts, your movements are still unfamiliar to him. Yes, your presence might just serve to break his focus and afford us an opening. Yet to accomplish this, you must become stronger still. Promise me that you will not let up in your training.
Pirate versus Ninjas. Aboro believes that the time has come to take your talents to the field.
You have trained well since we last met, Raid. I heard not a cry from the door as you entered, nor a creak from the floorboards as you drew near. This much is clear. Neither waterfalls nor men of wood will serve to hone your senses further. No, a shinobi of your abilities receives tutelage in the field. Consider this your first lesson in the art of assassination. I need not remind you who our target is. He is ever the elusive bird, and yet I have come across some information I believe may avail us. Rumor has it that Captain Grimuel of the Bloody Executioners has narrowly evaded several attempts on his life in recent days. This is doubtless the work of Karasu and his men. None other are so bold or skilled as to even consider such an attack. Nothing short of death will cause a shinobi to forsake his mission. Kawaso will strike again. The only questions are where and when. Answer those questions, and it will be us paying him a surprise visit next time. Fortunately, I know of a man who might be able to give us what we seek. Captain Grimawil has a trusted lieutenant by the name of Wolfstan, a man who, if rumors are to be believed, is known to fancy a hot spring bath. I recall reading of a famous bath resort not far from here, but the name escapes me. Have you any idea where it may be?
Yeah, Camp Bronze Lake.
Why, yes, that does sound familiar. In Upper La Nucia, off to the east, was it? Let us make our way there at once. I had no idea that so many Eorzeans also enjoyed public bathing. I would say it is a comforting sight, but in truth it makes me all the more nostalgic for the pleasures of my homeland. That said, seeing all these people milling about gives me cause for concern. Even with these disguises, it is only a matter of time before our foreign mannerisms raise eyebrows among the more observant types. Yes, best we stay out of sight until our man arrives. Let us keep watch from high above until it is time to act. The time has come for me to impart to you another technique, which we call shukuchi. Shukuchi. Yeah. Sorry. You may think of it as compressing the physical space around you, allowing you to cross great distances in the blink of an eye. Go ahead, Raid. Give it a try. Mind finds restfulness, guiding your blades. Shukuchi. Ninja bathing. Oboro is ready to proceed with the operation. I trust that Shukuchi is now second nature to you. Very well. I shall await you on the rooftop. But be warned, while the technique will allow you to cover great distances in the blink of an eye, it does not allow you to soar at will through the sky. The ledge on which Tsubame now stands is at a level with the roof, and should provide a suitable starting point. That said, a shinobi is ever resourceful. If you would make your way to the rooftop by other means, that will serve just as well. Oops, that was dumb. He just told me it doesn't let me fly for the air. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'll just go this way. There.
Edge of the roof may seem quite far away, but use your Shukuchi technique from the edge, and you should be able to reach it with ease.
Quite impressive, Raid. Only a true shinobi could stand where you now stand. Anyhow, this should prove a suitable vantage point. Let us keep watch until Wolfstan arrives. Oh, no, stop. Oh. There we go. I didn't do it. Oh, there. Jeez. Okay, I'm dumb. Okay, that... Don't... Whatever. Fine.
Nothing like a steaming bath, a bottle of fine wine, and a couple of buxom wenches to ease what ails thee, aye? As far as I'm concerned, Captain Grimmel who can take his bloody time.
Wolfstand. Very well. Now we need only employ these bamboo breathing pipes. Descend underwater and...
Boro, I do not question that such methods have served us well in Doma, but might bamboo not arouse suspicion in these invariants?
Do you truly believe so? But underwater surveillance was always my area of expertise.
I have an idea that I believe is well suited both to our target and the customs of the land. It will require just a simple change of garb and a bottle or two of fine spirits. I require your assistance, Raid. As I see it, there's no way the man would refuse a drink from a strapping gentleman like yourself.
Intriguing. And what, pray tell, will be my role in all this?
I was thinking that, your talents might be put to overseeing the operation. Yes, from up here, to ensure that nothing goes amiss, of course. I must prepare now, Raid. Meet me down below, out of sight, and I shall furnish you with the item that will serve to deliver the final blow, as it were. Am I wearing this properly, Raid? I am not accustomed to garb that is so revealing. Regardless, I will entrust this to you. Though it may appear to be a simple bottle of wine, I have made a few enhancements to the recipe. Off-duty or no, a salty seed dog like Wolfstand is certain to be on his guard. I'll start him off with an untainted vintage. Once he's in sufficiently good spirits, that's your cue to step in with the strongest stuff. I suspect once his mind is sufficiently addled, he will gladly take a swig with a minimum of fuss. Now let us begin.
Fine wine and fine wenches. Now this is what I had in mind when I took up the pirating life.
Mulled wine. Sour red cooked with various medicinal spices and citrus rinds over low flame as to preserve the alcoholic content.
What's this? Think you can unguzzle Wolfstand's 7 stomachs? Yeah, the legend or a fool. Ha ha! Somebody fetch me a cup. Hey, it's good stuff. A bit stronger than I recall it. Hey, take a rest.
Oh, you mustn't be so modest. Why, I heard Wolfstand's 7 stomachs once drank a whale under the table.
Ha ha ha! You betcha. Skivvies, you good lass. Me bleeding. Duties kept me from the bottle for too long. My practice is all.
Your duties? Why, that sounds important and exciting. I'd do anything to hear more.
Did you say anything? Well, maybe out of the bloody executioners. Nastiest, bloodiest band of pirates ever sailed the bloody seven seas. I reckon a Captain Grimmel sucked more galleons vessels than any other pirate combined. And just who do you reckon keeps the carriage safe with all his enemies made? Why, that'd be none other than his dear mate, Wilson.
The navigator, have mercy. Should you not return immediately to your captain? Surely he's not safe without his most loyal, capable man at his side.
Under normal circumstances, you'd be right, lass. There's one place that even I can't follow him. Airport. Aye, the man's bloody particular about his grog. Says he can't concentrate unless he's on his own. Not that I'm complaining. It's only time we get a day's rest. Don't worry, you little out nonetheless. Nothing knows the captain's whereabouts but me. And I'm sure Bloody's ain't hell talking. Lassie? Are you listening? That's curious. Here's just there a moment.
Well, I must say that went even better than I expected. Let us share our findings with a burrow. A costume? I stowed it away. Forever. With any luck, yours and women have no sense of shame.
Well, were you able to loosen our man's lips? I see. Captain Grimwell is en route to Airport, and alone at that. If I know Karasu, this knowledge has not escaped him. Doubtless he and his shadows are already lying wait. Now, we haven't much time. Let us hurry to Airport and ambush the ambushers. The sun sets, and the port is cloaked in shadow. They were a perfect time to strike. Speak of the devil. Look at how those men walk. Those are no ordinary deckhands. Those are Imperial shinobi, waiting to pounce upon and slit the throat of any who would stand between them and their prey. Karasu was too proud to entrust such a vital mission to his lackeys. He is here somewhere, but this I am certain. Raid, you move forward and search the docks. I will approach from the opposite direction. Tsubame, you secure the escape route. You will not elude us this time.
Take care and stay well hidden, Raid. Hidden from the eyes of Karasu's shadows. And yet, I fear your task will be more complicated still. For it is not just men that serve Karasu, but creatures of the night, creatures that see not with their eyes, but with every fibre of their being. Give them a wide berth, or all shall be for naught.
That should be all. Time is short. We must move swiftly.
What's this? Oh, no, no! This is not how the story goes! I'm supposed to be the one that surprises you! The tables have turned this day, Karasu. Now face your death like the man you once were. I must say, popularity really does have its downsides. Fine, if you're so eager to dig your own graves, here's your bloody shovel! Sorry to run, truly, I am, but there's someone very important I need to be killing. There will be no escape for you this time, you traitorous dog. I know you love me, little swallow, but sometimes you just have to let go. I will let my blade go into your chest. Say your prayers, demon. Looky here. Too bad you didn't realize there's more than one way out. Curses! We had him just where we wanted him. Gah, the slippery bastard! We have come too close to abandon hope. Come, Tsubame, Raid. Let's return to the safety of the storehouse to take stock of our options.
Grimawol lives. Failure of this sort does not become you, Karasu.
Forgive me, Master. I had an unexpected reunion with some friends. Seems they had a mind to kill me, and just when I thought we were getting on so well.
Your job is to give me answers, Karasu, not excuses. We can ill afford to let such a few stray rats foil our plans. Should they return, kill them. This is your final warning. The next time you fail me will be your last.
Does he have to say it like that? Fine, fine. Let it never be said that I'm not a loyal soldier. Again, Karasu eludes our grasp. Will the day never come that we can return to our village in triumph?
Ugh, once more the bloody crow has managed to foil our best-laid plans. It is as if his skills burgeon with each encounter. But how could this be? He perfected some new training regimen since coming to Eorzea. But there is no time to dwell on past mistakes. Since the times of my ancestors, failure in one's duty is unacceptable for a shinobi. My mission will end in success, Karusu's death, or failure, my own. But all is not lost. Karusu is not the only one who has honed his skills. Fighting beside you back there, at times it felt as if we have trained together since childhood. You have shown remarkable focus and aptitude for our art, but you must grow stronger still if we have any hope of triumph. Devote yourself to your training with the entirety of your body and mind, and Tsubame and I will do the same. I await your return, Raid. Oh, okay. It's like, why did I bring my umbrella up? Tough guys. Oboro would bequeath to you that which you have earned. Raid, I look into your eyes today and see a mind unclouded by worldly cares. The time has come. I would pass on to you the ancestral garb of the shinobi. Knowing that this day was close at hand, I have already made the necessary arrangements. With Karusu watching our every move, I cannot act freely, so I asked your friends at the Rogues Guild to send word to my village and arrange for the delivery of a set. Needless to say, this location must remain a secret. I have arranged for the goods to be delivered in secret to the Deneville checkpoint. A porter there will be expecting you. Tsubame and I must express our thanks to your Captain Jackie. Be mindful in your travels, Raid. We eagerly await your return. Where's that? Okay, cool. Oh, way the hell over there, huh? No, stop. Might be faster to go this way. Yes?
Expecting a shipment so good, you say? Now that strikes me as right curious on the account of how a scraggly fellow came by not long ago to claim them. They're actually yours, you say? Well, ain't that a bloody coincidence? See, the fellow I talked to said that someone was like to come by saying just that, and that if he did, he'd pay good coin for me to gut him in good and proper. It's just business, eh?
Have mercy! If I knew you're this strong, I never would have taken his money.
And if I knew you're this incompetent, I would have put you out of your misery long ago. Well, if it isn't my favorite chirping little horsebird. Oh, come now. I'm not that scary, am I? I heard from a little bird in Doma that a shipment en route to Eorzea in secret. I surmised I'm quite good at that, you see. That it might have something to do with you and your friends. I just had to know what was inside. Lo and behold, what did I find but a shiny set of shinobi garb? Why didn't you not tell me it was your namestay, little chick? I would have brought you something far more fitting, like a sack of gishel greens. No, I fear Brother Dim and Sister Swallow are mistaken. You are not quite ready for such an honor. This is no fault of your own. After all, the student is only as good as his teacher. But today is your lucky day, little chick, for a true master has come to take you under his wing. 4 crates scattered to the winds, each containing one of the items you seek. 4 of my shadows guarding each a piece with their lives. A test, one where failure will mean your death. Red Rooster Stead, Costa del Sol, Jijiroon's trading post, Camp Overlook. Claim that which you seek by your own hand, or die in the act. It is of little matter to me. If by some chance you survive, return here. You just might find a very special present awaits you. Now shoo, I say. There's a quick way to get there. Wait. No, wait. No. Oh, no. That's east. No, that's not gonna do. Yeah, screw it. I think I'll just go to Limsa. Screw it. Pardon me, my lord. Have you seen my old coats anywhere? Oh, it's you. Don't worry. This won't hurt. Much. Die, scum! Excuse me, let me put away my umbrella. Wait. Yeah, this is an easier one. Oh, dear heavens! It must have fallen asleep while sunbathing. How can I ever thank you for rousing me from slumber? But say I slit your throat and we call it even, eh? Fakarasu! Ah. Anyway.
What's with the dour face, lad? Fish just not biting today? Maybe they know you're already a dead man. This will be over quick!
One second. There we go. Whatever possessed me to set up shop in this ungodly place? I'd like to drop dead from the fumes before I see a single guild profit. Of course, if I bring your head back to Karasu, I'll be set for life. Die!
Raid, I'm relieved to see you safe. When you did not return, I feared the worst.
Yeah, Karasu's making me do stuff.
Karasu did what? Forgive me, I never suspected he would target you on your own. It is clear now that his treachery knows no bounds. And yet, it is curious. Again, he chose to test you than rather dispatch you by his own hand. His intentions remain inscrutable as ever. What's this? Karasu! Welcome back, Raid. And hello to you as well, Abaru. I felt the present I promised you on your doorstep. Such a shame that you weren't at home. The docks! Tsubame! Bayakubu! Yomi! We must hurry!
Oh, crap. I missed something there. Sorry.
This is the mudra that will allow you to harness the energies of your fellow man. It is also the final mudra that I can teach you.
I assume he's talking about Chi. I am sorry about that. Mind finds passion, guiding your blades. Jen, sorry, I got Chi already. I am sorry. Surely, if you really want to know what it says, I'm sure you can pause it. I apologize. The crow knows. Oboro would teach you what he can in what little time you have.
You have now learned Jin, the final mudra that I can impart to you. Combine it with the mudra you have already mastered, and you will find 4 new ninjutsu techniques available to you. Time is short, so listen well. The first is Hoyutan, Ice Release. Form Tengen or Chi Gen. The energies you summon will be channeled into a glacial flow. The second is Hutan, wind release. Form Gen Chi 10 or Chi Gen 10. The winds will gather and swirl around you. Third is Dotan, earth release. Form 10 Gen Chi or Gen 10 Chi. The earth itself will move at your will. Finally, there is Sutan, release of water. Form 10 Chi Gen or Chi 10 Gen. Water will course and flow through you. As for how each technique will avail you, I trust you will learn on the field of battle. Now let us hurry. Tsubame is in danger. Shuriken, a battle was fought here. I hear no sounds from within. Tsubame must be here, somewhere. Byakubu has lost his words from the shock. He can tell us nothing. Come, we must find Tsubame, and quickly. Tsubame!
It is but a flesh wound. Ouroboros, look out!
Come now, little swallow. Say that it hurts, that you are scared. Tell the dim one how I took great pains to see that you are fully awake for every moment of agony and terror.
Karasu, this time you go too far.
Yes, yes, those are the eyes I wanted to see. Let the anger, let the hatred burn away any spot of doubt that remains in your heart. The fire in your eyes, resolve bored from the all-consuming flames of rage and passion. The look in your eyes that day when you looked on as your friends, your countrymen were massacred, powerless to end the slaughter. Gah! Be silent! Be silent! Be silent! Be silent! Tsubame, stand back! I shall slice this crow's tongue, then tear him limb from limb with my bare hands! Such pure, unadulterated malice! Finally, you are an adversary worthy of my blade! The true shinobi, ever calm, dutiful to his master, presence of mind. Yes, the first few times we met, you fought with all the passion of a Mokujin. Today you stand before me as a man. You wanted a battle, and today you shall have one. No retreat, no reprieve. The defeated shall die like a dog, and the victor's tale will continue for another day.
This trembling, my heart will know no peace until you are gone from this world.
You look angry, dear Aboro. Is that because I clipped your pretty swallow's wing?
Oops.
I am not paying attention. There we go. Come, my pets. It is feeding time.
Mudra summoning. This bodes ill, Raid. That magic circle must be destroyed.
Did it. It's great. It's cool. It's done. Your mind is nothing but noise, Boro. Purge your heart of all anger, all hatred, all compassion, all regret. Only in emptiness will you find the strength to defeat me. Again, I don't want to see what's coming. Destroy that circle quickly, Raid.
Whoops. Karaso Redbeak, in the name of our elders, I take your life as divine retribution for your crimes. Your blood-stained beak will feast on the innocent no more.
Does he truly believe those words? Oh yes, this beak is stained with blood. This I do not deny. But I am not the leader of this murderous flock.
I tire of your riddles, Redbeak. Give me one reason why I should not separate your head from your shoulders.
Oh dear, what a pickle I find myself in. Now, how can I put this in terms even the dim one can understand? I am not the traitor you seek. He is not I, and I am not he. You believe I was the only one who fled Doma? Are you sure? Absolutely certain? Did you see the bodies? The faces of all your brothers who fell that day? Think! I know it is not a strength of yours, but surely you remember. One body, maimed so badly that only the possessions could identify the man. And the face, could it even be called a face? Not but shattered bone and shredded flesh remained where once had been the proud features of...
You lie! One more word, one more twisted, deceitful word, Redbeak, and I will...
Oh, Oboro. Poor, sweet, stupid Oboro. How long will you continue to deceive yourself?
You lie, Redbeak, as you always have. Did betraying our homeland not sate your thirst for treachery, that now you must drag our master's name through the mud? Answer me this, then. If you are not the traitor, then why did you flee the village that day?
How often I've asked myself the same. Oh, how simpler things would have been had I been as naive as you. But the circumstances of Master Kakai's death did not sit well with me. I left the village looking for answers, and found something far more interesting. Our master himself, alive and well. In an instant, his hand was at my mouth and his blade at my neck. A simple choice he gave me. Follow him and live, refuse and die. I would like to say I weighed my decision heavily, but the answer really was quite clear. Death is so final, after all, while life, even a life spent as an Imperial spy, holds so many opportunities. What's the matter, dim one? Did you still find my tale hard to swallow? Oh, believe as you will. Redemption means little to a dead man. You are going to kill me, yes? That is your mission, after all. Sworn in the sight of the elders, tradition and custom, and so on and so forth. Candlekeep Quay. When the time is right, he will come, and all will be revealed. I just thought I'd tell the one who's shown himself capable of listening to reason. The light grows dim, the stars turn black in the sky. Our hero fought bravely even, but his chapter in this grand mummery has come to a close. Summoning his last breaths, our hero speaks. Just promise me this, Aboro. Whatever your mission, should you fail, just don't go off dying. I know how fond you are of tradition, but this is a new era, and we are not our ancestors. Besides, such an end just wouldn't become a solemn youth like yourself. So live, and leave the dying to those who can do it in style. Yes, I may not have been the hero I thought I was, nor the villain you would have me be, but from beginning to end, I was me, and there's nothing I'd rather be. Farewell, crew world, and good bloody riddance. Wait, Karasu! What can this all mean? Karasu is dead, our mission complete. Yet you will forgive me if I am unsure how to feel about this turn of events. In any event, there is nothing more to be done here. Tsubame is wounded. Let us bring her home. When last we met, I was not myself. Please forgive me. Master Boro waits inside. The mission that brought me to Eorzea is complete. Once Tsubame's wounds heal, we have no reason to sojourn further into these lands. And yet, if Karasu spoke true, no. It simply cannot be.
Aboro has not been himself since the two of you returned from your battle with Karasu. He seems strangely distant. Please speak to him. Perhaps your words will reach him where mine have failed.
Master and student. After much soul-searching, Aboro has reached a resolution. Ah, Raid, your return pleases me. I feared I might miss the chance to bid you a proper farewell. Yes, we will be taking our leave from your realm. My mission is complete, and Tsubame's wounds have all but healed. Tradition dictates that we return to our elders to deliver tidings of our success. Redbeak's last words.
I will not lie. At first they weighed heavily on my mind. But in the end, I am a shinobi. I came to this land to perform a role, not out of curiosity or spite. Mayhap Master Gikkai still lives, mayhap not. It is no longer my concern. Karasu is dead, and with his passing, it is time to close the curtain on this chapter of our lives. Before I leave, I would ask one favor of you. There is a place I would visit before we depart your realm. I would go alone to gather my thoughts. Could you pray look after Tsubame while I am away? Her condition has much improved, but I would not take any chances. Thank you, Raid.
Your concern is most touching, but I am quite fine, Raid. In fact, it would seem the injuries I suffered were not nearly as grave as they appeared on first glance. It would appear that Karasu meant more to fan the flames of Oboro's ire than cause true harm. Speaking of Oboro, have you seen him about? It is not like him to disappear in the midst of our preparations for departure. Alone with his thoughts, you say? Where do you suppose he might have gone?
Let's say Fool's Falls.
The place where the two of you practice, yes? He always had a fondness for waterfalls. Yes, that is it. It must be. Raid, Oboro is not himself as of late. Perhaps I worry overmuch, but I could never forgive myself if something ill were to befall him. You will go look after him for me, will you? I seek not to change his heart, if his heart is truly made up. I wish only to know his true feelings, that I might support him in whatever humble way I can.
Right. Nope, I went the wrong way. I'll just cheat a little bit. There we go. What are you doing here, Raid? I took you for a man of your word. Tsubame sent you, didn't she? It looks like I was the fool for thinking I could fool two who know me so well. Ever since that day, this is the only place in the world where I can find a moment's respite from the turmoil that rages within me. And yet, the instant the sound of crashing waters fade from earshot, it all comes flooding back. You have proven yourself a true friend to us, and a worthy shinobi in your own right. Answer this for me, Raid. For what, for whom do you wield your blade? For those around me. Yes, I knew you a man after my own heart, Raid. Standing here just now, that is the answer that I arrived at as well. I speak in earnest to you, Raid.
battle with Karasu, his dying words, they left me a changed man, and I can no longer deny what I have become. For so many years, I questioned nothing. Tradition, custom, my mission. I was a shinobi, a blade, and a blade does not think. I shut off the doubts, the emotions that threatened to rise to the surface. I told myself this was the true presence of mind. I lied to myself no longer. In confronting Karasu, I confronted myself. Looking upon Tsubame lying battered and beaten like my countrymen so many years ago, I felt a single, all-consuming desire to visit retribution upon those who wronged us, and to do so by my own hand. I have made my decision. I shall go and face the truth, for it is only in doing so that my heart will ever know true peace. I will go alone, and I will hear no more of it. You and Tsubame have sacrificed and suffered more than enough. The battle that awaits is mine and mine alone. If it is Master Gakkai that I find at the end of my journey, so be it. One or both of us will die. It matters not. Either way, my mind will be at rest. You have been a true friend and ally, Raid. Farewell.
Boro. Forgive me, Raid. It was as if my legs moved of their own accord. It is as I imagined. Oboro means to confront Mr. Gakkai, even if it costs him his life. He has made his decision, and I will not stand in his way, but neither will he stand in the way of mine. Wheresoever Oboro fights, I will fight beside him. If it is not too much to ask, pray lend your strength to us this one final time, Raid. You have proven yourself a true shinobi, and your blade, unfettered by traditional convention, may just be what turns the tide of battle in our favor. Oboro did not say where he was headed, but we already know, don't we? Karasu's last words. Candlekeep Kwe. Let us see what the gods there might tell us.
Ooh. Actually, I suppose I could do that. I think it'd be faster just to do this. Yes.
Any unusual happenings of late? Not as such, save for a small private vessel scheduled to dock tomorrow at the crack of dawn. Other than that, it's all pretty quiet around these parts, as it won't be. Funny thing though, you're not the first one to ask that question. A milkmaid, fairly comely one at that, came by not minutes ago asking the very same question.
Is that so? The milkmaid is one of Oboro's favorite costumes. As we might suspect, he's one step ahead of us. If we could rendezvous with him somehow, it would give us the advantage in numbers. And yet, the risk of exposing ourselves to our foe is too great. We should observe from the shadows until Master Gakkai reveals himself. I will take up position on the western shoreline. You take to the high ground and keep watch from the promontory over there. Between the two of us, that should cover the entire quay.
There we go. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, that works. There we go. Okay.
Who goes there? Show yourself!
I think that's,
I know a rat when I smell one.
Yep, okay.
I trust I am speaking to the Gallian's Empire Chief of Espionage and Covert Operations.
None other. But you can call me Master if you would like, young one, for old time's sake. You're full of surprises these days, young one. The burrow I knew would have been on the first ship back to Doma once Karasu called his last call. You look sturdier than I remember, if a bit gaunt in the cheeks. Are you getting enough rest? You always worked just a bit too hard for your own good. All these years, it was you who taught me the way of the shinobi. You, who I loved as a father. Master, why? Why else? For our village, of course. I simply made the choice that any true shinobi would make. Don't tell me you require a history lesson, young one. Since the time of our ancestors, the shinobi have served many masters. For many years, I served Doma. Then, when the time was right, I chose a more powerful master. Fortunately for me, and for our village, my services were in high demand. Have you never wondered why, Aboro? Why, when the Doman Rebellion was crushed by the Empire, was our village alone spared Garlemald's wrath? It was because of my actions. I protected us, where the entire nation of Doma could not. Protected? You betrayed us all! The people of Doma trusted us! Do you know how many Domans died that day? We swore our lives to protect them, and you sold them into slaughter. Do you feel nothing? Not even a twinge of remorse for the massacre you brought upon your countrymen? Countrymen? What is Doma to me when weighed against the ancient and glorious history of my fellow shinobi? History is littered with the husks of fragile men who gave their worthless lives to bring glory to their betters. I hoped against hope that Karusur was wrong, that his story was naught but the twisted lies of a sad fool. But no, I was the fool. Master, no. Gakai,
for you are no master of mine. In the name of the souls of the untold thousands whose blood is on your hands, I declare your life forfeit. Revenge, is it? Revenge for foot soldiers and peasants. Is that what this is all about? That's why you've lingered here like a festering boil after your allotted mission was complete. Forsaking your role for some selfish flight of fancy will not earn you many friends back home, Boro. Not here. The more time I spend in Garlemald, the more I realize that the Empire quite suits me. There is something to be said for a culture that values merciless strength above all. I've won over quite a few loyal subordinates. Poor little one, all your lofty words, and here you stand alone. You are alone because you are weak.
He has no subordinates, this is true. This isn't an army, after all. But Oboro has said something But Oboro has something you will never have. Comrades who believe in him, and the ideals for which he fights.
Tsubame, how did you...
Not just me, Oboro. Raid, too, has come to fight at your side.
Comrades, you would choose the company of a glorified sellsword over that of the master who made you what you are. Oh, how far my pupils have fallen.
You are the one that has fallen, Gakai. Raid fights with a sense of honor and purpose that you have long forgotten.
Raid, I cannot begin to express my gratitude. My friends, my comrades, I am honored to fight at your side. Let us show this false master what true strength is.
Oboro and I will thin the ranks. Make Gakai feel your blade.
Gakai's Ninjutsu is nothing I've ever seen, but you can evade them. True talent is wasted on peons like you. How amusing! Now why don't we try this? You show promise. A shame you will not live to use it. Tire of these games. Behold true power!
This technique, it cannot be!
The lost fourth movement, but it was said to be pure myth. This is the lesson, there he says. Sumbame, Raid, thank you. It is through your belief in me that I was finally able to believe in myself. And Karasu, you had a hand in bringing this chapter to a close. You may be gone, but you are not forgotten.
Aw, that almost sounds like a eulogy. It almost makes me wish I were actually dead.
Karasu, you still live? But how?
Well, when it comes to playing dead, I did learn from one of the best, you know.
I see. But why vanish, only to return?
Oh, just an undelivered present. This is the fifth and final piece of Raid's traditional garb. Let it never be said that I don't complete my missions, even if it is just plain delivery boy.
Wait, Karasu! The elders who named you traitor to our village, they were simply blind to the truth, and as was I. If I explain, they will surely see reason. Please, let us return home, together.
What's this now? Now that it wasn't in the script. How soon we forget, Boro. I was not the traitor, no, but I did follow him. That makes me just as much a traitor, at least in their eyes.
Perhaps so. At the same time, you risked your life for what you believed in. We are not so different, you and I.
The sentiment is most touching, but my answer remains no. Our village was always a bit too cramped for me. I prefer to spread my wings on a grander stage. The honorable deeds of my present do not erase the terrible crimes of my past. I was a spy and an assassin. Quite a good one, I might add. And for all the blood Gakai has on his hands, mine are nearly as red. In the elders' minds you had one mission, Oboro. Why complicate the matter? Bring this back and tell the others what they want to hear. The traitor Karasu Redbeak is no more, slain at your hand. You'll be welcomed as a hero, while my fate will be even grander. I will at long last be free.
If that is how you would have it, Karasu, then so shall it be. But I promise you, slowly but surely, our village will change. I will take what I have learned and build a village that honors all of our fallen. A village you could be proud to call home.
Just don't get too cocky now, or I'll have to come back and put you and your whole village in its place.
I look forward to that day. Let us meet again on the battlefield and pit our ideals against each other as we did that day.
flood of emotions I felt when you leaped to our rescue, Raid. I have no words to describe it, so I'll only say again, thank you for being a friend.
It is strange, Raid. All this time I believed I was instructing you of the way of the shinobi. Yet now that all is done, I feel I should be the one to call you teacher. Thanks to you, I have finally achieved true clarity and presence of mind. My blade is stronger for it, and more importantly still, I now understand what I am truly fighting for. Body or mind, by any measure, you are every bit my equal as a shinobi, save for one final technique which I will now impart to you. Kasatsu. Use it to rearrange the energies channeled into your body and unleash powerful ninjutsu techniques one after the next. But be warned, in our tongue it means quite literally life and death. Which one it means for you will depend entirely on your presence of mind. And with this, I believe we have both satisfied the respective sides of our initial agreement. We will return to our village, which means I must bid you farewell. Though perhaps not this day. I would see my home change for the better, and introduce new ways of thinking to complement the old. But before I can, there is still much I must learn about this land.
And so I will go on ahead. I will report to our elders the success of Oboro's mission, and inform them that he will return as soon as he recuperates from the wounds he sustained in battle.
With the soul crystal that Karusu gave us, no one will doubt the success of our mission. It is a flawless plan, if I do say so myself.
Yes, how fortunate we were that I thought of it. Never change, Oboro. Promise me that. And with that, Raid, it seems that it is I who will bid you farewell. You've been a true friend, and my heart awaits the day when we shall meet again. But you will return to give Oboro lessons from time to time, yes? I'm not convinced that his bows are as masterful as he seems to think.
Your mind finds clarity, guiding your blades.
Technically, the chest part was the last part, but since I didn't want to wear my helmet for that cutscene, I'll just wear it now so you can get a look at it. Okay, bye.